Hey, hi everyone, I'm Mahesh. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a first Java program using Eclipse IDE. First, when you click on Eclipse IDE, so this is you'll get a screen similar to what you are seeing now, and you just need to create a Java project by just clicking on this link, or you can also do this by selecting file from the menu, selecting new and click on Java project. And what is a Java project is, so for better maintaining the Java programs and all the related source files, we need we need a location, and that's the reason we create a project. And the convention for creating a project name is, so the first letter should be the uppercase letter, and let me name my project as my first project. And you can see it here. So the first letter of each inner words should also be the uppercase letter, and accept all the values as default. Click on next and just click on finish. And you can see src folder here. So the next step we are going to do is we need to create a package. So what is a package? Package is something like a folder where we write the Java programs inside it, and you can just compare it with like all the related files. We create a folder and put it all the related files in the folder, right? So that's how you can think it of like. So package is something similar to a folder. So let's right click on this src new, click on package and provide a package name. So this can be any package name. You can give any name of your choice, but the convention here is that has to be in lowercase. And another convention companies follow is, so it will be usually a reversed internet domain. Say for example, you are from some example company and which has something like example.com. So in that case, your package name starts with, like, it will be in reverse domain like com dot example dot, and you can have any package name which is related to your Java programs. Say for example, I can write it as my first package here for now. And remember, everything should be in lowercase. That's the convention we need to follow for creating a package name. And just say finish. Now we have a package under a project. Now we should be writing the Java programs under this package. And you can't write any Java program without creating a class. So we need to create the class now. So for that, right click on the package, new, and select class here. And what's the convention of class name is, again, class name should start with the uppercase letter. So let me write it as my first class and just click on this main method and just click on finish. So now you can see a class has been created in Java, right? So let's remove this and write it from beginning, like as it is our first program. So let's write it on our own. So Eclipse IDE gives us the predefined structure for a class, but as it is our first program, let's write it on our own. So the first line of any Java program like it should be package name. So we package is a keyword, so we write a package and need to specify the package name, complete package name, whatever we are in now. The next line, so we should be creating a class. So first keyword will be public. So what is a public is? Public is an access modifier which specifies that we can access this class from anywhere, like from even outside of the project also we can access this class. And we also have other access modifiers like default, protected, private, all other access modifiers which we'll discuss in the coming sessions. And now next keyword is class. So class is again a keyword which we need to follow the same, like we should follow the same CLASS. This is a keyword which we need to follow to create a class. And next comes the class name, which is of our choice. So it can be any name, but it should be like start with the uppercase. And you can see I'll name it as my first class, same as my file name. And this should be the same as file name when the class is public. And if the class is not public, you can have the name, file name as different and class name can be different. So this is the syntax for the class, and whatever we write within the class should be enclosed in curly braces. One open curly brace and the closing curly brace. So whatever you write within the class should be within two curly braces, open and close curly brace. Now you can also bring this open curly brace here if you want for better readability. And now here inside the class we can write one or more methods, and but at least there should be one main method, but it's not mandatory. But to say Java where the execution starts, the entry point of execution, we need to write a method called main method. So let me write the syntax for the main method now. Public static void main string args. And a method is again a method contains a piece of code, so which we can create a method and use it wherever we want it. Like wherever we wanted to use this piece of code multiple times, we write the piece of code in a method and we just call this methods. And you can see this main method. So you can have any methods, any number of methods written in a class, but there has to be some entry point for the execution, right? So how Java knows the entry point of execution? So this, the main method is the entry point of the execution. And let's understand this syntax for the main method. You can see public is a access modifier. So this main method can be accessed from anywhere outside of the class. And next comes static. Using static is again a keyword, so you have to use the keyword as is. And static means without creating the object for this class, we can actually call the main method. So that's the reason we are writing it as static. And next comes void. This is the return type. So return type of the method main. So any method will have a return type. So whatever it is returning, say for example, if it is returning some number, then in that case we'll have this return type as integer. If it is returning some string, we'll have this string. Or if the method is not returning anything, then we give it as void. Next comes main. So this is the method name, main. So the same, this is again, it is not a keyword, but it's a method name which actually JVM identifies as the entry point of execution. And next comes the parameter. This we call it as parameter, whatever we write it in the braces. And you can see here, this is of array of strings. So whenever we are running this program and we wanted to send some arguments or input, so we can do that, and that will be passed to this argument string of this, we call it as array of strings. So this is the entire thing, we call it as a signature of the method. And this we can call it as a signature of a main method. And why we are writing this main method is to tell Java that this is this is the entry point of execution. So you can have in multiple number of methods within this class, but to actually tell Java that the entry point of execution, we write the main method, and from here the execution starts. Now, and this main method can have like a piece of code, like a block of code can be written here. And now, and that also should be in the braces, like again a opening curly brace and a closing curly brace, and you can write any number of lines of code here within the within your main method or any method, right? And now we are going to write a simple statement, that is we wanted to print something, we wanted to display something on the console. And for that we need to write it something like this: system.out.println. And within the braces we can write anything, something like, you can just say I'm done with writing my first Java program. And remember, whenever you're writing some text, this we call it a string in Java. So any text, right, sequence of characters should be enclosed in double quotes whenever you wanted to display it on the console. And you have to follow this syntax again, system.out.println. So what is the meaning of this? We'll actually discuss in the coming sessions in detail. And remember, each statement in Java is terminated by a delimiter delimiter semicolon. You can see it here. So this is all one statement, and this will be you know to indicate that this is the end of the statement, we'll use the delimiter as semicolon. And this is all about writing your first Java program. You're done, like writing the first Java program. Now we wanted to run this program, so let's do that. And how do we run a Java program is just right click. You can see run as. So click on Java application, run as Java application. And now you can see in the console, this is what this is what we call it as a console. And you can see the output of the Java program, first Java program. See, we wanted to print this on the console output, and you can see whatever we have given here has been displayed in the console output. So this is all about writing the first Java program. Now let's see the different ways of this method signature, right? So you can see here, we give like when we are running this program, we can provide one or more input to this program, and that will be actually captured by this parameter. And this can be written in many ways, like many other ways as well, this subscript notation. So actually this braces specifies array of strings, like more than one string. So this can be one way, or this can also be given before the parameter name, like this. Let me execute it again. You can see it, run as Java application. So the same output, this is valid. And we can also provide this subscript notation after the parameter type. So you can see here, I gave it after this parameter name. So right click again, run as Java application. You can see the same output. So these are all the valid syntax. And we can also write it as, you can see it here, with, I'll just remove this subscript notation here. This is called varargs, where we give, like you can see here, three period characters. This is also valid syntax. Run as Java application. You can see the output, same output here. So these are all the different ways of providing the method signature, like different ways of providing the parameter to this main method. And we can also change the sequence of this access modifier. So public static void main, right? So you can also take this access modifier and place it here. Even this is valid. You can see it here. Now let me show you, run as Java application. So you can see the output here. This is another way of writing the method signature for the main method. And you can also end a class with a semicolon, so which indicates that this is the end of the class, which is again optional. You can have it or not, that is optional. So you can see it here. Now run as Java application, you will get the output. Even without having the semicolon, we already saw this. So this is also valid. And one more thing is, you can see here the file name, my first class. So you can see the class name and the code which is present in the file. The file name is filename.java. So any Java program has the extension as file name extension has .java. And if you are actually declaring the class as public, then in that case your file name and your class name should be same, or else it's not mandatory to have it the same name. So let's see that. So I have something here, right? So I can also write it something like this, my first class 123. See, this is the valid one. Now if I make it public, then see, let's hover on the red line. So red line is saying the compilation error. So let's see what the error is. So when I hover on this red line, so that's the beauty of IDE. You can see it here. That's a compilation error, and it is also showing you what the error is. The public type, my first class 123 must be defined in its own file. Meaning, so as this class is public, the file in which it is defined should also have the same name as class is what it is saying. So you can see it here clearly, right? This is the error, and it also gives you suggestions. Rename your file to this name, or rename your type to my first class. So this is the advantage of IDE. So it compiles the code, it shows you what the mistake you are doing, and also it suggests you how to resolve the issue. Now, as my class is public, I have to have the same class name as same as what I have it for my file name. So this is all about writing the first Java program. And one more thing is when we run the Java program, it is a two-step process. So the program is compiled first, and a dot class file is generated, and this dot class file is executed by something called JVM, which is called Java Virtual Machine, and which we are going to discuss in detail in the coming session about that. And all these class files will be stored in under the project bin folder. So how to navigate to that is, so just click on your project, right click, go to properties. You can see location here. Just click on this arrow and you can see my first project, and inside it you can see bin folder here. So just click on this bin com example my first package, and you can see your dot class file here. So this dot class file has the bytecode. So whenever you are running the Java application, whenever you run a Java program, right? So my first class dot Java file. So when we run it, the program is compiled and a dot class file is created, which has the bytecode, and this bytecode will be executed by the JVM. So this is what it happens when we run any Java program from Eclipse IDE. So that's all about creating the first Java program. So in this session, we saw how to create a project, how to create a package, and how to create a class, and how to print something on the console output. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.